Welcome to Karlin with a K. Today I wanted to talk about some very favorite books of mine, actually. Some of the first books I actually started reading when I was a little girl was the Nancy Drew series. Nancy Drew. Good mysteries. Plot-wise, all 56 of them are pretty basic. I meet the bad guy in chapter 1. You know it's him because he had a dark, swarthy look and his mysterious, beady eyes, and his hand was like an iron grip. Basically the description of every villain, except when it was a woman. In that case, you didn't know who it was until the end of the book. But they're really good books. They're good books to start out on. Also, later on, I started collecting the Hardy Boys books. Again, the plot, you know, it's kind of similar. You meet the bad guy in chapter 1, and you know it's him because of how he looks, stealing something anyway. They're great books, and the mysteries, you know, they're kind of cool. They go all over the world. I don't understand, like, these people are teenagers, Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys. They literally go all over the world. I don't get it. Nancy's like, oh my goodness, someone's shipping off some stolen jewels across the ocean. I better go hop along on this boat and get them. I just don't understand how that happens. I read a Hardy Boys book the other day where they go off into space. What? But, you know, they're just fun kids books. Okay, whatever. They're realistic enough. I mean, they were written in the 40s, whatever. However, lately, I have been starting to collect the Bobbsey Twins series. Bobbsey Twins here. Now, this is for a way younger audience. It's about these two sets of twins, the older twins, boy and a girl, and then the younger twins, boy and a girl. Freddie and Flossie. They have all sorts of adventures, and again, it's for younger readers, I get that. It's actually really hilarious comparing the Bobbsey Twins to the Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys, because at the end of every Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew book, the end of every chapter, it's really intense. And Nancy looked and the car was coming and she didn't have time to get out of the way! To the end of the chapter, you're like, oh my gosh, Nancy's gonna die! At the end of chapter 1, you're like, The Bobbsey Twins, again, the same level of intensity, but it's stuff like, and Flossie turned and saw that the hose had been left on and was soaking the ground. Ah! That's the end of chapter 1. You're like, oh my goodness, the world's gonna flood. Something I found really hilarious, though, was how, like, in Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys, their parents react really naturally to them going off solving mysteries all the time, getting kidnapped 24/7. Nancy's dad all the time is like, Nancy, you better be careful. Girl, don't you go chasing that criminal. The Hardy Boys' dad, he goes with them sometimes, but the other times like, now boys, don't you get in that airplane and chase that villain because, oh my goodness, just wait for me. And they do it anyway, and they don't get in trouble because, well, they solve the mystery, so hooray! But I don't get it with the Bobbsey Twins. Like, are their parents dumb? I really don't understand. See, the older twins I think are 12, the others are 6, and like, I just finished reading one where Bert, the older twin, he gets kidnapped. They're having this nice little adventure in the countryside, and they're looking for like a bull or something. He gets kidnapped by these two mean guys, and I'm like, okay. So then they find him later, obviously, and the parents after, they don't freak out. I mean, if my son was kidnapped, my 12-year-old son just got kidnapped by two guys, I would be like, oh my goodness, you're never going out of the house ever again. No. Mr. and Mrs. Bobbsey are like, Bert, that could have been dangerous, but I'm glad you're okay. And that's it. That's it. Oh, it must have been a different time back then. Anyway, the books are worth checking out, you know, if you have nothing better to do. And yeah, they're part of my childhood, and they made me who I am today. Till next time.